Hi, welcome to my video. If you hear purring, I promise it's not me, it's the cat. She's just here. She loves it when I read tarot. If she can get in the office, she does when I'm doing any readings, in particular personal readings. Anyway, I'm Jennifer Roberts. This is True Divine, and you're here to see the daily energy readings that I put out every day to help support, guide, and inspire those who want to be supported, guided, and inspired. Take what resonates, it is general, and leave what does not. This is where I work with energy. I work with energy anyway, energy bender, and I connect that with the tarot work that I do to bring you a narrative to help guide you in your day, to help support you in the energies that you may feel within, around you, or within others. All of the above. So on the bottom of the deck, the tail, we have the Magician's card. This is for the 19th of October, 2020. So an underlying energy of a reminder that all of the experiences, all of the lessons, all of the things that you've learned along the way give you these tools on the table to use as the magician to manifest the reality and the outcomes that you want. It also speaks of to be aware of the occult, the hidden, and to get connected to that again, to not be afraid of it, to recognize that it's been stolen from us, it's been demonized, it's been made into something dark, dirty. And of course, it can be that if you choose to use it with that low frequency and that intent. But on the other side, the duality is that it can be used for the highest frequency magic, for the greatest manifestations for yourself and the collective. So it's important that we hear this call to get connected back to our whole selves, our whole capabilities, and start lifting these limitations that have been put upon us in a very planned way, in a very strategic and continuous way, from generation to generation. The mantle of hiding the occult, the hidden knowledge from the people has been at the forefront of all that the powers that be do. Now, in our individual lives, where it's important to recognize that we have this ability, these abilities, and all of the things that have come thus far in our lives, we can use them for our greatest good, and therefore the collective's greatest good. Also that is being done again in duality, in a low frequency way. So you'll find people in your individual lives maybe being tricksters, maybe being illusionists, and you see that from the collective stage. So it is to take what resonates with you, be aware of the rest, and harness your inner power, your true magician. Now, on the bottom of the other deck, we have the Eight of Cups. And so there is this sadness, but this necessary need that a lot of you who this resonates with have known for a long time that you need to walk away from. Now, a lot of people in your individual lives, relationships that aren't of the highest frequency, that aren't of the highest match, are struggling. And the warning has been, I'm just going to turn off this noise on here. Oh, it's done. I was doing better than I thought. There's a lot of people that are, that's not a good view, Mitt. So a lot of people, really distracting, Mitt, have been putting off the warning that the universe has been giving out, the calling to really be careful about who you spend time with, who you are connected with, what you are connected with emotionally in particular. And so as we're moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, from water to air, there's a lot of things that emotionally we've just gone along with or been connected with in a way that doesn't serve us for the best. People and things. And so we see that happening in our lives, especially if you didn't heed the calling of all of this year in 2020 to be very discerning about the people that you spend time with and have around you and are emotionally connected to in particular. We also see that on the collective stage, there are a lot of people, this isn't an easy walk away. This is with sadness. This is, this isn't but it's following passions. He's got that red cape on, walking away to follow true passions, to follow the true things that make him light up, him or her. We see on the collective stage that a lot of people have been sold into the lie, and it is heartbreaking to see that systems and rules and laws that you've worked for, and people in politics that you've supported, that you've even not just paid taxes towards the government, but you've also gone above and beyond to support their movement. And a lot of people are waking up and eyes are being peeled wide open to what is happening on the collective stage, that there are no coincidences and it's very scripted, blah, blah, blah. But it's heartbreaking. A lot of people are feeling this. So even if this doesn't resonate with you, I can pretty much guarantee that you'll run into somebody that is going through this right now. And they might be a little bit tense, depending on how they're taking it, depending on how they're deciding to use this energy and lesson of discernment. Can I have this card, please, Mitmit? It's pretty important to complete the reading. This cat's just lying on top of the cards, as she does. So the first card is a major arcana, the Lover's card, number 6. Super beautiful card. You see here, it's almost like the Adam and Eve story, in that they are one with the tree. They are a part of the tree, and so this is a calling to be balanced within, in your divine feminine, divine masculine self. But it also is major decisions, making major decisions, how you go forward. It is a holy union with self and the connection that you have with everything around you. Understanding that you are an individual on an individual journey and should always have your own mindset and your own discernment, but also that you are connected to the all, even to the trees. And it's important to go hug a tree. They can tell you a lot, and you know, you can really calm the nerves. Also, I hug trees often. You scratch trees, don't you, Mitt? And that relieves stress also. And so we see that there's major decisions to be made in people's lives. So this connects to harnessing that true power of the Magician card here, and making major decisions to walk away from something or someone or some things and someone that do not resonate with you. On a greater scale, it is harnessing the energy and the decision making to walk away from the systems that are causing such chaos right now, deliberately so, that are causing such abuse, and showing their real true selves. If you look, you don't even have to look deep right now to see that. So major decisions to be not supporting of something or supporting of something, going forward in one way or the other. We see that a lot today. Now, here we have the Knight of Swords to clarify this Lover's card. The Lover's card is a Gemini card, and also the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of thought going into this, but also a lot of truth. And the Knight of Swords comes in fast and furious. You see, there's the gallop here. This horse is moving. He's cutting through the air with his sword, with his truth, with his words. Certain truths are being revealed in individual lives, regarding relationship in particular, that almost help you, even though it might be hurtful, help you make that major decision, either to go forward in a certain direction or to go away from something in a certain direction. We also see on the collective stage today, on the 20th, of November, we see that there are huge truth bombs coming out. Now, my intuition is to say that this will be mixed up with deliberate lies that are being broadcasted across mainstream media to muddy the waters. And it's going to take huge discernment with this Lover's card for you to be able to see what is truth and what is not, and for you to be able to make decisions apart from that balanced place, from a place of truth. And no matter how hurtful it might be, beforehand, how disappointing it might be, to see it as a liberation. So the major things coming out today, I might clarify that, we'll see how fast we go. We have the next card being the Tower card. So, you know, things are crashing down. Truths, oh, mate, stop. We see that huge truths are coming out, and the Tower card is, you see here, you know, it's being struck by lightning, fire is erupting, the tsunami is coming forward, and people have looked like head first falling from this tower. This is the Tower of Illusion that has been built up on really rocky foundations, that has been in your individual lives. It's the Tower of Illusion that you've created for yourself, and the Tower of Illusion that others have created for you, and you have allowed them to build upon your foundations. The tower feels harsh. It feels like a hard time in your life when the tower comes down in your life, but it's actually a gift, because in the rubble of any tower coming down, there are gems of the experience, of the lessons that you can take away with you to build on firm foundations, to build on something that is truthful. And so while it's very tempting to go with what you've gone with in the past and cling on to the Tower of Illusion in your life, however that resonates with you, the best way is to go with it. Just like a woman has to, when she's in labor with a child, it gets to a certain point where, you know, the woman just has to allow the process, allow the pains to come in like waves, and the fiery stabs to come in, and the contractions and release, and just to go with it and allow this tower to fall, allow the truth to be revealed to you through the rubble, through the big bang. We have the Devil card to clarify the Tower card. So you see here, they're chained to this devil, and you see how this star's inverted. And this is about the collective stage, the way that they have inverted the hidden knowledge, the way that they have flipped the script, the way that they've done that. And because of inverting that, because of that very powerful magic, harnessing our minds against us, you see these two beings, there's a female and a male, and so it's the divine feminine, divine masculine, chained to their lower frequencies. Now, in this, with the Tower card, this is hugely being revealed in people's lives, and it can feel very painful, very harsh. The very things that you're still clinging on to, the very things, the addictions, drinking too much is coming up hugely, taking too many drugs, you know, being, speaking illness over yourself, being in that victim role, all of those things that people become comfortable with and addicted to, but that chain you to your lower frequencies. Now this tower coming in is giving you no choice. It's things are coming down in a way that you cannot ignore them anymore. And again, this feels really, really harsh for a lot of people, but actually it is a gift, because in that these chains are melted, in that if you see the truth and seek the gems amongst the rubble, you see the lessons going forward to release yourself. And then whatever this experience of being chained up means to you, whatever this is for you, whether it is addiction, whether it is victimhood, whether it is, you know, sleeping around, whatever it is that you are chained to, there is a release from this. But actually then they, instead of becoming your inner lower frequency demons, you have the opportunity for them to be then chiseled into real firm foundations made up of chiseled diamonds, which reflect the light, which help you reach a greater level of higher consciousness. So you can take good from this, not just good, greatness from this. You can become warrior, from victim to warrior, from chained up to liberate it from these two energies. So please, if this is resonating with you today, hear my words, that you can chisel yourself into any, I don't care what your lower frequency experiences are, there is no judgment here, but to say that you are a powerful being and you can make this, sorry, I get itchy nose sometimes when I'm reading, you can make this into the foundations like you've never felt before, into there's just this greatness about you. If you harness this energy, if you feel it, if you go through the process and allow yourself to look at yourself truthfully with this Knight of Swords, with this Lover's card, making major decisions to go forward in a balanced state in a very different way as to how you've been going forward thus far. So it is the blessing in disguise, or blessing in disguise. Yeah. Yeah. So you see, I just want to mention this, the Tower card in this deck 15, 1 and 5, 6. So it brings you to your balanced state with this Lover's card, which is the 6. So actually that connection in this reading is absolutely beautiful. And then we have this Devil card, which is 15, 1 and 5, 6. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. I thought those numbers were wrong. So the Tower card is 16. So 1 and 6, 7. So in that rubble, you go from the 7 down to the 6. So you go to that place of foundation again and making decisions from a balanced place. That's what I wanted to say. And then that's what I wanted to say about this one, is that this is 15, 1 and 5, 6. So it takes you back from your chained self into your liberated, connected self, into your connection to your higher consciousness. That's how I wanted to say it. Sorry, I saw the numbers there and got confuzzled. So the next card is the 5 of Cups. And so with that being said, with this growth, with this Tower card and this Devil card, you see there's 3 cups spilled over, but there's those 2 balanced cups. This card keeps coming up in all of the different decks. There's the 2 balanced cups to go forward with everything that you need in them. The only cups that have spilled over are the cups that were always unstable. And so there's this letting go energy. And of course, that doesn't come easy, especially connected with the underlying energy of the 8 of Cups. So we see that there is a time for mourning, but not to stay in that energy too long, because to clarify, this card is the 9 of Swords. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. These are very harsh energies. And before you slip into victimhood with this 5 of Cups, this 9 of Swords representing very sleepless nights, nightmares, harsh thoughts. It also represents punishment, authority, and we see that it's not what is harsh about this energy, which is why a lot of spiritual guiders, including me, were trying to warn people leading up to 2020 and throughout 2020 to get in your balanced state, because this magic is out there and they're pummeling us with it. So instead of going through this very deep, very raw process that would be raw and deep on any occasion, in 2020 it's exaggerated even more, but it's exaggerated to the whole collective, in that they are pushing out their inverted script, their lower frequency magic, like crazy. You know, they've got like OCD about it. You can hear the alarm bells in my head. I can hear them of a different, literally different sessions of low frequency magic, and using all of the systems that they've built up over generations through mainstream media, through politics, through religion, to control and push out that low frequency magic. And so it's not just you. So I don't want you to feel like it is just you, because even the people who have worked real hard to have their shit together right now in this point of time in this year of 2020, they are still feeling also this very huge attempt to keep control, gain control, and manipulate the masses. So I want to let you know that it's not just you that is feeling this heavy energy, but if you are going through this whole process and it is very raw, it would be very easy for you to stay in the Five of Cups and allow yourself to have nightmares and sleepless nights. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to allow that, because two other cards popped out and I'm going to read them. And so we have the Page of Swords here. So here there's a young energy, being like a child. Okay, so everything has been torn away. We're realizing en masse that in our individual lives a lot of people have been of an illusionary state, which is disappointing, and on the collective stage hugely disappointing. We're realizing that, damn, this has all been an illusion. But like a child, you can find the fun in that. You can start to delve deep in that. This child like energy looks for truth and isn't afraid to stand in their own truth. So again, and uses their thoughts, uses their intellect, uses their discernment real well, and actually seeks truth and isn't afraid to face it. And with that being said, the Star card popped out with that to clarify that card. So this is where there is generational healing happening here. DNA generational healing, line after line of abuses that have been put upon the people in this realm, generation after generation. And you are here for a reason. Your vessel is here for a reason. The you that is you, the magician with all of the experiences, lessons, and tools that you have on your table, the reason you are here is because you are strong enough to do this. You are strong enough to end that line, to cut that circuit, to end the line of abuse. And with that being said, you doing this actually creates healing on all levels, in all realms, in your ancestral line. I know this to be true. I just feel this deeply. And so you see with the Star card here, we've got the foot in the water, the foot on the ground, the knee on the ground. She's pouring jugs simultaneously, both on the ground and in the water. She's feeling the emotions. She's not afraid of the emotions. She's not afraid of facing what she has to let go of and see the truth about. She feels her way through it and creates a circuit with her body to where she then grounds those emotions so that she can start transmuting the energy. And she's pouring those emotions through this jug, through the circuit that she's creating, onto the ground, so that it can be saturated and sucked up and transmuted by the ground, and so that something beautiful can grow, something new, something that is of extreme beauty and creativity. And here there is hope. And so we're seeing this generational womb healing, whether you're male or female, we all come from a womb. And so there are all of these stars representing the Pleiades stars, the wombs, the 7 wombs, the 7 layers, the 7 days, completion. 7 came up yesterday. And so we see now that there is hope here where all of this has to happen. It just is what it is. We've gotten to this part of the process, and now we need to dig in deep and channel that and feel that, and not to be afraid of it. Like a child, face it with an inquisitive nature, face it with an excited nature, a want and a seeking for truth, and then true healing can be created. Now, you doing this, you going through this process, if this resonates with you in part or in its entirety, you are here and you are helping the collective by going through this process fully and reaching the energy of this Star card, because then you are emitting such a powerful frequency, such a high frequency of being from victim to warrior, from unseen, from not seeing to full sight, from a lower consciousness, being tied up to that lower self, to having diamonds within yourself that literally reflect and reflect the light throughout you, so that you can reach an even higher consciousness than you ever have before, so that you can be euphoric in this growth, and you can see the hope for the future, and you can see how that you play an integral part in it. So it's time to stand up now in your individual life. Please do this. We need you, and you're here for a reason to do this. It's time to liberate yourself and break these chains. Use our lower frequencies with the star, flip the right way up in a way that we are supposed to, following our real passions with this 8 of Cups again, following what really drives us, what we know we're meant to do, rather than being chained up by it. So that is the reading for the 20th. I think I said the 19th at the start of the reading, a tired day. But that is the reading for the 20th of November 2020. Please like, share and subscribe, and tell your friends to do so too. I want that. I'm going to put it out there. I want that subscriber numbers to go shooting through the roof. You know, I've gotten over some certain things that were happening that were attacking the channel. Let's send that. And I'm not talking about feeling important enough to get attacked by YouTube. It was personal, but you know, it's done. But let's get that subscriber number going through the roof. Let's make a huge circle of friends, brothers and sisters, of truth seekers, not kittens bottoms. Much love anyway, and stay balanced, stay whole. If you're going through this process and you want to go deeper, or you want any help, you can hook up with me for a personal tarot reading, or any energy work which keeps you super grounded and helps you escalate super high, and helps with your physical body also, as well as your spiritual body and your light body. Or spiritual guidance sessions, you can get me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can get me on Facebook on my business page, True Divine 44. Much love, stay balanced and stay whole. I love you all and appreciate you all, you awesome dudes and dudettes.